Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad, where we sit down, or I stand up, and we make a card together. In today's class, we are going to use two products. One is my Dragonfly stamp set with Sizzix, as well as the Fancy Frame Flip It, number 2 framelit cards with 11 dies with Sizzix. Now, as you know, you probably have one or both of these, so that's fantastic. If not, you can also buy them on our website, thestampsoflife.com. And club members, of course, you get a club discount on these products. So let's look at the card that we're going to make today, and look at how gorgeous this card is. Isn't that fantastic? It says "For You," and when you open it up, it says "Spring has sprung." It's so fun. And we're using Stamps of Life pattern paper as well, which is a lot of fun. Let's create this card together. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our card base. Now I always do cardstock for the card base, so we're going to grab that. Then we're also going to grab out the 2 layering dies, and I know we're going to use one of the pieces that it looks like I am missing. Luckily it's already cut out for me, but there's another fun die in here, and there's a couple other fun dies in there, but it has 11 dies total in real life, unless you're me. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our die cut machine over, and we're going to die cut this. Now we're going to die cut our base first. So we'll line that up. Now we don't want to have a speed bump. So if I made this die parallel to my rollers, I would have a speed bump and my rollers would jump over that and not cut it. So we're going to skew this ever so slightly. Stay on your platform, but skew it. Now you can see it's not perfectly straight going through the machine, and that's going to give me a better cut and a better score line. I'm going to run that through, and you'll hear that cracking. That's totally normal. There's so much pressure on this machine that the blade has to go somewhere, so it's going into your cutting pad. So we're going to pop that out, and you'll notice that the die cut it and scored it for me where it needed to. I'm going to put that off to the side. Then I'm going to get those fantastic layering pieces that come with all of my flip-its that are framelits, and my stand-ups and my step-ups. We're going to put that there, and we are going to get this one here for the inside piece. I'm sorry, for the front piece. We're going to lay this down. Now here's a tip. When we are using a pattern paper that has a special direction it needs to go, look at your card and say, okay, I want this to go right on this part of my card, so I certainly would not want to accidentally die cut it this way, because then it would be on the wrong side. So I want to think, okay, that's going to go right there, so I want my paper to go that way. Then I know I'm getting the right cut. So I'm going to lay that down, and I am seeing a lot of fun words on this word search paper, so I'm going to make sure that word fun really shows up, because hey, we're all having fun, right? And then on this side, the clouds, they do kind of look upside down if I do it one way, so I want to make sure that I'm doing it the right way. So I want my die to go this way, and I'm going to lay it down just like that. Now we are ready to go. So I'm going to kind of skew that just ever so slightly so we're not getting any speed bumps, and we're going to run those through. So easy. Now these dies will work in other machines. As long as they take thin dies, you're good to go. The green machine though, you will need the longer cutting pads for best results. So we're going to pop these out, pop this one out. Oh, that one just tore. That's a bummer. Well, I was not careful enough. Luckily, dun, 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 I have an extra. So when you're popping that out, make sure you're very gentle. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add adhesive, and we're going to add that to our card. Now these are all pre-designed ahead of time, so you know that they're going to layer perfectly, and you're not going to have to worry about whether or not it fits. You're not going to have to take it to your trimmer and trim it down or do anything like that. It's going to have a perfect border. Whoops, I did that one on the wrong side. See what happens when I talk? I want it to be clouds. So luckily, again, I have another cutout. So, oh, don't want to do that. So we're going to add that there. Phew, don't want to mess that up. Okay, we're going to lay that down. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold it. We're going to fold it in half towards us. Take that top flap and fold it up just like that. And then we're going to start decorating. Now the "For You" in the front, I'm missing that die, so we have already die cut it, and it's fun, and I'll hold it here so you can really see all of those fun dots come out. That is the perfect time to use your Sizzix roller to get all of those little pieces out. And we've already stamped it for you. Now when you stamp it for you, make sure you go up a little bit higher than normal, because we're going to add some fun flowers to that in just a second. So we're going to add that "For You" right there. Now let's work on our Dragonfly. Our Dragonfly is really fun. It's this set here. And one of the first things you're going to notice, and this is one of the questions I get quite a bit, what is this? Why does it look different? Why does it look funny? It has foam on it. In the beginning, when we first came out with framelits, we added foam to them instead of just a die backing. Now we have die backings that we just poke them through. This one is one of the originals, so it has foam on it. That's okay. What we're going to do is anytime you have a stamp and a die that matches that you cannot see through, you're going to stamp first and then die cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some of the paper, and we're going to stamp this in just a second with our cute little Dragonfly, so we'll lay that down. Then, let's see. Oh, we also want to die cut the shadow part of this Dragonfly, so we're going to lay him down. Let's make sure he fits on there. Woo, barely fits. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, then we're going to run that through the machine, and then we're going to stamp our Dragonfly. So we'll run that through, make sure that I moved that paper, but it looks okay still. One of the nice things about having the magnetic platform, things don't really move around. Oh, and look, my Dragonfly popped out already. He's ready to stamp. Then we're going to grab our shadow, pop that out. Gently pop that out, right? Then let's stamp it. Now we're going to stamp it with yellow ink because sometimes this is actually the banana. Am I right? I am right. We're going to get the stamp that matches. Where is it? Grab the stamp. Now this is a large stamp. If for some reason you do not have a block this big, see how easy peasy that goes on there? You can also, do you want me to give you a hint? You can also use your cutting pads. Use your cutting pads. There's nothing wrong with that. Now you have a huge block to put your stamps on. So just for kicks, we'll use our cutting pad, even though I did have a block big enough. Ink that baby up. And we're going to lay this down. Of course, use your secret weapon. Now, when I design my stamps, I make sure they don't have a very big backing, so you can really line this up. Take an extra second to line this up, so when you stamp, you get a great impression. Of course, I'm using my stamper secret weapon, especially on a larger stamp. You would always want to do that. Peel that off, and look at how awesome that looks. That looks fantastic. Now, before you use this cutting pad again in your machine, make sure you take your stamp off. And I just warn you because I've done that before. And I got some ink on it, so I'm just cleaning it off. Okay, so now we have our cute little Dragonfly. So we're going to add adhesive to him. And normally I have scratch paper below me when I add adhesive. And so we're going to add that to our cute little pattern paper. Line that up just like that. Perfect. Then, if we want to, we can add some little inked edges. So I'm just going to get one of my inkers, and this one's not a good color to use. Here. So we'll peel that off, and we'll get a good color. The nice thing about these is you can peel them off and put a new one on. So let's just use a little yellow. Oops, thank you very much. And I just want to go around the edges just to kind of add a little extra pop of color. Gives it a little bit more dimension. You can also use a makeup sponge or a Q-tip. Just adds a little extra oomph, oomph. And there's no wrong way to do this. There you go. Okay, put that down. So now we have our cute little Dragonfly, so we're gonna add him right about there. And because I wanna make sure I don't get adhesive everywhere, I'm going to add it to my card and then add my Dragonfly on top, just to make sure I don't over add adhesive. Okay, now I want to add my cute little flowers. I have an inside Spring Has Sprung, so let's find that. And that stamp is also in this kit. And I have this little piece, so we will go ahead and stamp it. Oh, this is fun. Spring Has Sprung is one stamp. But if you are very, very careful and you use very sharp scissors, you can cut these stamps. So now it comes in, it can be two different, what do you call it? Two different lines on your stamp. So let's peel that off. And Ken is so proud of his new blocks that he's added to the website. They're circles and they come in a kit. So we'll say Spring Has Sprung. So let's check that. Oh, it looks a little crooked, so then you can just kind of line that up a little better. There we go. Add some ink. Stamp that right there. There we go. Cute, cute. Add some adhesive, and we are almost done. But we need to add some flowers. So let's add that right there in the center. Now let's add our cute little flowers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the little flowers that are in the kit, and let's use this one. Oh, let's use the back. And we'll get some guava and some cardstock. Ink this baby up. I'm getting ink all over myself. A day of videos will get you nice and inky. So we're going to stamp that once, ink it again, stamp that twice, and then we're also going to stamp it onto lighter paper, so as I have right here. So we just stamped it 3 times. Then we're going to die cut them. So I've already die cut 2 of them, so let's die cut the third one together. Again, the dies are in the set, so let's find the die. Let's find the die. My kit, there it is, hiding under my secret weapon. We'll lay that down. Again, magnetic platform to the rescue. Now, if it doesn't fit the first time you spin it, just keep spinning it until it lines up. It will eventually line up. There we go, right there, perfect. Add our cutting pad, and we're gonna run this baby through. Peel that up, pop it out, add some adhesive, add this to our one flower. So layering these adds a totally different look to that. Isn't that cute? Now we're gonna add some adhesive to this little corner. Add that right there, get it kind of close. So you can go off the edges. See how I've totally gone off the edges here and there? So easy peasy, and it just adds so much extra. We'll add this one right there. And last but not least, what we always have to do to the back of our cards, we want people to know that we've made them. That's very important. We sell personalized stamps on our website. You can also get on our website stamps that say, I made this card just for you. You better save it forever and ever. Or you can have a card stamp made that says anything you want, as long as it's not a bad word. No bad words. Even different languages. And there we go for you. Spring has sprung. Isn't that a fantastic card? Now make sure you check out more videos from Stephanie's Stamp Pad. Those are cards that I've created just for you to sit down and visit with me and create a card together. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.